G'day, Dave here again with Out&About. Just thought I'd bring you a bit of an update. Today is the 25th of August, day 6 of our trips altogether, and day 2 of our crossing of the Simpson Desert on our way out to up to our springs. Today we're going to go further into Queensland at the far west border, and then we're going to actually cross into the Northern Territory. So as I say, it's 6:15 here now because we're working on South Australian Northern Territory time, which is more convenient this far west, but I won't get into the daylight saving debate because if it was daylight saving here now it'd be 5:45, it'd be 5:45, so we're running a bit late. Sunrise hasn't happened yet, but as you can see out there, very beautiful day today. That's that blue sky I was talking about and the colours we're having. Great. So last night was a bit of fun. It was one of our tour members' birthday. We had a few drinks and a bit of a laugh. I can't go into too much detail, but today should be fun as well. And I'll give you a bit more update as we go along. Cheers. Here's something that might be of interest to some people. The place we camped last night, all this stuff is floating around all around us. These look like rocks. It's actually coral from the seabed that used to be the centre of Australia. So yeah, things have changed over time. So we're leaving the campsite now, and we're going to attack the first dune for the morning. The way Travis has taught me to do all this, and I tend to agree with him, is just maintain a constant speed, approach it sensibly, and you get up to the top. So what we're going to do, we're just going to come along. We're going to be doing about 20 k's, 25 k's an hour, and I'm in four-wheel high, and we'll see how we go. I'm going to get Jeff to film us as we go up the hill.
Check.
So I've handed over to my driving buddy Jeff, my new bestie from Toowoomba, and he's going to do a damn good, fine job of filming, aren't you, Jeff?
Indeed, yeah. Ready to go.
And we'll interview him later on. So as we approach sections of the Simpson Desert, the leader will announce what's going on and who's coming through, and that way it gives a chance for the other people on the other side to radio call that they're here as well and coming up the other side. You don't want to bump into them. So Travis is going ahead. He's got two dual tyres on the back and a single at the front, obviously. He's driving the Mitsubishi Canter, and he's probably running at just over 4.5 tonnes. And behind me this morning is Grant on his motorbike. So there goes Travis now, making it look a little bit easy, hoping he doesn't stop at the top.
No, Shane, I didn't make it.
So he just kept a constant speed going up there and done well. So we'll follow up. On more trickier sense, he'll radio call me through, but I'll just go on up now. So we're doing 25. He's given me the all clear. A few bounces, still doing 25. 25, dropping down a bit to 20. The engine's kicked down a gear, and all's good. A lovely trip up. And we'll do another sand dune later on. I'll probably try it in 4 low just to give another example. On the other side here we've got all these little lumps and bumps. Some people call them wombat holes, don't they, Jeff?
Indeed they do. It's in the lexicon now.
And as we come over this sand dune, we come into what is called
the swale.
The swale, that's correct. Yes, we're having a good old running banter on that one. Alrighty, well that'll do. Thank you. So we've just come over another sand dune, again on the Simpson Desert. And just amazing the panorama of the landscape we've got here, the trees and that sort of stuff. We've been through some very dry areas, but yeah, it's a terrific area and beautiful colours, beautiful countryside. I mentioned before about the absolute difference, as you see, of the blue sky and the red earth. You see at the top of sand dunes, but you can see it here now too. So we've dropped into another swale in between the dunes, and we're just driving along here now. This is a clay pan or a salt pan, and as Travis has just pointed out, in a situation like this you stick to the main track, you don't wander off because what they call a bit of a false crust, I understand, and you can soon get into trouble if you think, oh yeah, that looks like a nice flat piece, we'll go over there. Yeah, at your peril. So here we are, middle of the Simpson. We're probably about 3 k's away from the Northern Territory border, and all the beauty that surrounds us. You come across this sort of crap, I'll call it. Sorry for the strong language, I won't use the word shit, but that's what it is. We come across this, it's a bit of a mound here. Travis has picked it up quite well. There's all sorts of soil being disturbed here and everything else, so you try and tell the picture of what's going on. Across the tracks there's some branches here. So what someone's done is they've hooked up their car with a snatch trap or with something and hooked it onto the tree that was growing there. You can see the trees here fighting for their lives. Hooked up a tree, dragged it off, broken off whatever branches they want, and you can see the fireplace, a lovely fireplace they built for themselves here with the tree that was growing in the area. Absolutely disgusting. There's no words for it. It's just stupidity. I don't know why people come all this way to do this sort of stuff. Anyway, what can you say? Hopefully with some of the information I get out there to the world, hopefully it gets to the world and we can stop this sort of crap. Sorry to bring this to you. So now we've come to a point where another group of vehicles are coming our way. Travis is at the top. He's given me a call to make way for them to come through because we've been in touch on the radios. You can see their sand flag off in the distance where Travis is, and they're going to come over the dune and down the hill, and I'm just going to pull over to the side here just to let them through.
Yeah, copy, Bruce.
After this wait, I'll crawl up this hill in low gear. I'll put the car into 4-wheel drive low just to show you the difference it makes. I can just crawl up here at 10, 15 k's. Hey up. Yeah mate, same to you. You always exchange pleasantries with the guys you go past. All good fun. See you mate.
Cheers, mate.
So I'm taking off now in 4-wheel low. And we'll see how we'll hand over to Jeff again. There you go, Jeff. I've got this little bit of a difficult stretch here just to show. So we're at 15 now, 15, 4-wheel drive low. My tyre pressures are 18, haven't dropped down too far.
Once the two of them are past you, you're clear to come.
Yeah, sorry, coming up now. So we're just crawling along up here, and you can see the line there, the blue, the red, and as we come over again into the next swale, we're over that little dune, looking good. We're right on the border of Queensland, Northern Territory. We've come across this mud flat salt plain we need to get across, and if we just stick to this track, we're laughing in this weather, but as you can see, if you wander off a little too far, we get the soft mud again and impending doom. Okay, well here we are. I've travelled 2,200 kilometres in the last week or so, and it brings us to, quite happily, Popple's Corner, or Pepple's Corner. Now Pepple's Corner marks the boundary between Queensland, South Australia and the Northern Territory. So here it is here. Woohoo! So looking out that way, up there, and around to here, we're in Queensland, and then we come around. This is all South Australia down here. South Australia, bringing us back to Northern Territory in this quadrant here. So it is. It's 2 quadrants of Northern Territory and Queensland, and half a semicircle of South Australia. What a magnificent place to be. So the corner post of the 3 states is quite interesting, or the 2 states and the territory is quite interesting. Augustus Pepple surveyed it back in 1879, starting from Haddon Corner, which is the corner of where Queensland takes a bit of an angle with South Australia. So he came from Haddon, and as I say, because of chain wear and that sort of stuff, it was out. But then in 1883, 84 I think it is, it was resurveyed just starting from Birdsville, so that gave them less error, and it was relocated. Okay, so we've been driving 3 days now, not counting the day that we spent climbing over Big Red and getting back to Birdsville. So it's been great. We've seen so much, I suppose, by seeing so little. Dirt, desert, trees, lots of flowers. We saw a dingo this morning. No camels yet, but we've seen the footprints. The thing that hits me, and I've driven around the east coast of Australia and that sort of stuff, is the ocean, the headlands and all that sort of stuff. They're all very interesting and everything, but you're driving through many cities and that sort of stuff. The thing about the desert, and the desert, judged by its rainfall, is the fact that we're each sand dune is different, each track is different, each hill, each feature. It's fascinating. The plants are so different, they're so diverse, and I can see now. I've got a friend of mine who is a tugboat captain in Newcastle. Hey, Steve. And he's been a merchant seaman and travelled around the place, around the world with his boats, ships, and he loves coming out west, and I can see why. I think there's a strong analogy there. I haven't sailed myself or been out in the ocean myself, but I can see a strong connection with the mightiness that is this countryside, the isolation. Just the sense of power and being able to take your craft, be it a ship or a car, being able to take it and steer steady waters and get to where you want to go, or and find new things. So I'm really enjoying it. I will be out here again, and I know Steve, you and I will get to do it ourselves. But it's been great, and yeah, I'll post again. But those are my observations for today. Well, after 4 days in the desert, some people would say that this is what it's all about.
Oh yeah, 4.5 days.
Pool noodles and everything. Here we go. Okay, this is just fantastic. It was worth risking my iPhone for this. And look at all my new friends. Hang on, you've got to get a load of this lot over here. They're serious, these ones.
Get a picture of the fish underneath.
Yeah, apparently there's fish underneath. No, but listen, this is what Out and About is all about. So, yeah, hope you enjoy it as much as I do. But this water is fantastic. It's warm, and no one's pissed. Well, some people have pissed in it, but not many. No one will add up to it. So, bye from my new friends at Dalhousie Springs. Bye. There you go. See.